Hey everyone, Matt here with another Who Are They Real Review, and today I am here to talk to you about the latest Universal Pictures release, The Hunt. This movie, I left this movie, honestly, I'm going to be upfront, I didn't know how to feel leaving it, because there was parts that I loved, and there's a lot that I hated. It's one of those movies. It's a mixed bag, to say the least. It is a satire on the political climate we live in today, and basically, and it's in the trailers, you have these high-end liberals hunting these uneducated, poor Republicans. And they're the kind of Republicans that, they're the stereotypical type that people try to just blast. The ones who are like, oh, fake news is everywhere, they're trying to cover stuff up, this, that, and the other. The internet said it, so this is true. That's the kind of Republicans that you're seeing in this movie. And the kind of Democrats you're seeing in this movie are the overprivileged, rich ones who got outed in some leak. I mean, each side is its own extreme. Gonna be flat out honest about that from the get-go. I'll say this. Betty Gilpin does a fantastic job in this film. She was probably my favorite part of it, outside of Hilary Swank, who I'll touch on her in a moment. Betty Gilpin just does a great job of excuse me. Betty Gilpin does a great job of just making you care about this character who we basically know nothing about. And we're learning about her as the story goes on. Hilary Swank. Betty Gilpin plays the main protagonist, the main Republican representative, if you want to call him that. Then you have Hilary Swank, who basically plays the main antagonist, the main high-end liberal. And they're honestly the two best parts of the movie. Tom and I were talking. If you want to get another take on this movie, go check out Tom's review on the site. Tom and I were talking after the movie. It was very weird to see that the guy who wrote such a beautiful way to tell this virtually same message in The Watchmen, Damon Lindelof, just does such a poor job of telling it in this film. And it's really disheartening, but it is what it is. But outside of the two performances from a main antagonist and protagonist, I gotta say, the violence and action, whatever, all that was just fucking spectacular. I mean, it was eye-popping. You're just like, you were in shock so many times. You're like, I can't believe they just did that. It was really pushing your boundaries. And you guys are in for some surprises. Just, if you thought Game of Thrones killed characters you cared about off, just wait till you see this. It's just, this film does a lot, and including in practical effects. The practical effects are just awesome, and they're creepy. There's one point where I literally said in the theater, a little too loud, I was like, what the fuck? I'm sitting there, like, you see someone's eyeball get pulled out of its fucking socket, and all the I don't know which one, all the tissues connected to it just right there, and it's just like, oh my god, I literally felt a little sick, and I'm honestly feeling a little sick thinking about it again. But that's how great they did with the visual effects, and it's Blumhouse, so when it comes to horror, I kind of expect hit and miss. They have their great hits, like Invisible Woman, or Invisible Man, just a couple weeks ago, and they have their misses, like Fantasy Island, just a couple weeks ago, and this is probably going to fall somewhere right in between. I do want to say that Hilary Swank was just flat out awesome. There's a fight scene towards the end where it's the use of practical effects that gets you. But another thing that this film is doing well is their marketing. This film was originally supposed to release in September, which honestly, now that I think about that, probably shouldn't have bode well for how I felt about this movie, because September is hit or miss movies. Anyways, this movie was originally supposed to be released in September. There was a lot of gun violence going on at the time, so it got put on hold, and we didn't know when it was going to be released until about a month ago, when a new trailer dropped and it said, coming March 13th, and you're like, okay, now I know when I'm getting that. And I went into this movie very interested to see what we were going to get, because they were basically like, this is the most talked about movie of the year without a ton of marketing because of the fact we got pushed back. Granted, I haven't really heard anyone talking about it, but what can you say? But inside the circles I'm a part of, movie-wise, I knew people were talking about it. But outside of the movie circles, I wasn't hearing much. But overall, if I'm going to rate this, I'm going to give this we'll give it a 2.75. It's not great, not poor, not bad, but it's like right in the middle. There's going to be a lot you love, a lot you hate. It is what it is. But yeah, 2.75 out of 5 rails. And yeah, if you have to choose between this or Wendy this weekend, choose the movie that's supposedly not gonna make as much money and is definitely more artistic and more fun, and go see Wendy. You can go see my review for that on the channel also. But yeah, signing off. I'm Matt. This was another Who Are They Real review.